Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be working with Coco and her owner down at the pet supermarket. Okay, so here's just recently during training, I noticed going into the pet supermarket with her owner, with Coco's owner, that Coco became very stressed being in there with the other dog smells, other animals. You know, you got the parrots, you got everything in there. And I noticed that she was very, very stressed being in there. In fact, she urinated a little bit just from the stress load coming onto her on the floor. So what I'm doing here now is kind of putting that on my checklist to say, okay, that's an area I need to get into as an opportunity, okay, to create more change with her, to get her to come into agreement with being a follower in the store. So this is just one of those items that, again, when you're doing training, you always want to have a kind of almost like a checklist in your mind that that you're going back in the situations that appear to be more challenging for the dog, and be able to treat it as a type of a training exercise, which I'm doing here now. So even if you're, like I say, if you're in somewhere and you're in there and you notice something, you may not have an opportunity to deal with it at the time. In fact, it may not even be the best time to deal with it anyway, because you need to kind of really want to approach it more in a very controlled way and be able to take your time and, do whatever you do, do it the right way without rushing through it. So you could be in a situation where you're buying something, you're doing something, the dog reacted a certain way. Again, you just want to have that checklist, say, okay, I'm coming in here a few days from now when I have time. Could be, okay, Tuesday morning, I got 15 minutes, and go into the place. And so we're going in there without really focusing on buying anything. He's going to buy some treats anyway, but we're going in there to really focus on, on the method, on getting Coco to really get that stress load off of her. So we're going to be doing that in just a moment. You're going to see a video on that. And here, I got my GoPro with me, and I have it. I'm going to try something new. I have it around my neck, attached, because again, I always have difficulty when I'm videoing if I'm holding a camera, because a lot of times I need to use both my hands to be effective in what I'm doing. So this is the first time I'm going to try it like this, around my neck. So I'm hoping that it doesn't appear too jumpy or too distracting. But here's the thing, I will not put a GoPro on my head ever, okay? And that doesn't take away from anyone who does that. But for me, I just cannot. I'm too self-conscious. I cannot put a GoPro on my head. I'm more of a low-key guy. And so I'm going to try it here around my neck with the GoPro hanging around a thingy here around my collar. So we'll see how this goes. I'm hoping it goes well, and that way I'll be able to use the GoPro more effectively, and not just more effectively for the GoPro, but be able to more effectively do the methods, because then I'll have both my hands free and clear all the time, and it'll be great. So we'll see how this goes. Like I said, if it's hopefully it's not too jumpy. And but anyway, this is a great training exercise for Coco. Again, she's here for phase 4, so this is a final phase, and during this phase she's with me full time during the initial 2 weeks. But just like I'm doing now, I continue to meet up with the dog owner, and in fact I have a dog coming here within the next hour. And so right after I do this exercise, I'm heading back to my training facility, because Pearl is coming. And my videos, you will see Pearl, me working with Pearl, who's a aggressive case. I've already done 2 weeks with her, which were very, very helpful for board and training. And her owner wants to do 1 more week, because he's going away anyway. And he wants, again, take that as an opportunity for me to put a little bit more work into her, especially as it relates to other animals. She's still kind of really keen up on other animals. So I'm going to be working with her for a week, for 1 week of training. And again, which is another great opportunity, because having Coco here at the same time, I can kind of rotate the dogs, even working off of each other for a distraction type of exercise. So they both can benefit from that. And in fact, I have another dog coming just for, say, session work this week. You will have seen my videos on Lester and Captain. So Lester and Captain are coming Thursday evening for training, because again, Captain's very dog reactive. So another, again, great opportunity for Lester and Captain, because I can rotate both dogs within that session, which will benefit Lester and Captain, but at the same time it also benefits Pearl and Coco. So the great thing is, when you have more than one dog and you're doing certain things, it's a great opportunity for all dogs to benefit from that. So, and I'll be videoing that, so you're gonna see video on that with the other dogs. So again, using other dogs, but when you do it, because people are always looking for, or are always struggling with dogs being reactive to other dogs. So, you know, when I'm doing this type of training, it's a great opportunity having more than one dog around. And I have to be careful of that, because again, I don't, you know, when I'm doing this type of training, I have to be very focused. So I limit myself. In fact, I now have a waiting list. I had another person call me for training, and I had to put her off for 2 weeks, and she was fine with that. And then, you know, so, but that's, you know, so whenever you do I'm doing training, there's times I might get overly busy, but I don't allow myself to get overloaded, because that's not helpful for the dogs and owners or anything like that. So I always have a kind of a limit where I'll start to put people on a bit of a waiting list, because it's really important about focus, about individual results, and you want to keep that standard there. You don't want to you know, and you don't want to lose sight of that, so, which I'll never do. So you know, you have to keep it very limited. So again, you're gonna see lots of great videos, and you're about to see one here shortly of Coco and the pet supermarket. So thanks for watching.